The email landed in my inbox at exactly 4:17 on a Friday afternoon. I did not even need to open it to know what it said. For the third year in a row, my raise had been denied. HR politely explained that my salary adjustment had somehow been lost in legal. I almost laughed because I was legal. I was the senior contracts analyst who spent years protecting the company from million-dollar mistakes, while everyone else enjoyed promotions, bonuses, and applause. I was the person who stayed late fixing problems nobody else even noticed. Yet to them I was invisible. That email did not make me angry. It gave me clarity. If they wanted to treat me like I did not matter, I would remind them exactly how valuable I was. As I looked around the office, everyone was celebrating our biggest client, Vanguard. The sales team acted like they had won the lottery, but none of them remembered who had actually secured the deal. Years earlier, I had written every page of that contract. Hidden inside it was a clause I personally designed to protect the creator of the company intellectual property. If the software reached certain performance milestones, the original architect would automatically receive a share of the contract revenue, unless they signed away that right. I never signed anything, and apparently nobody had ever bothered to read the agreement again. That weekend, I reviewed years of performance reports, financial statements, and internal records. Every milestone had been reached long ago. The company had earned millions while quietly ignoring the royalties they legally owed me. My denied raise suddenly became meaningless compared to the amount they actually owed. I collected every document, every email, and every report proving they had violated the contract. Then I contacted Robert, Vanguard chief attorney. After reviewing everything, he immediately confirmed my company was in breach and prepared a formal audit notice demanding proof that I had been paid. The funniest part came when the audit notice reached my company. Instead of reading it, the executives dismissed it as routine paperwork and forwarded it straight to me, asking me to draft a response. They unknowingly handed the investigation to the very person they had been cheating. During a finance meeting, a young analyst even discovered the unpaid royalty listed as a liability, but the CFO ordered him to delete the warning instead of investigating it. I quietly wrote down everything that happened, because they had just created the evidence that would expose them. I hired an attorney, organized every document, and waited. A few days later, during the company all-hands meeting, the CEO proudly announced record profits and praised the success of the Vanguard partnership. Then the conference room doors opened. Robert walked in with two legal representatives who served the CEO with a lawsuit for breach of contract, unpaid intellectual property royalties, and financial misconduct. The room fell completely silent. For the first time, every executive opened the contract they had ignored for years, and every employee slowly turned to look at me. They finally realized the quiet woman sitting in the corner had always been the most important person in the building. Inside the boardroom, the executives desperately tried to settle before Vanguard canceled the contract. I refused to accept another empty apology. I demanded every unpaid royalty with interest, full legal fees, a written apology, stronger protection for future payments, and a promotion that placed contract compliance under my authority instead of theirs. They signed every condition because losing their largest client would have destroyed the company overnight. A few days later, nearly $500,000 appeared in my bank account. The CFO quietly resigned. The legal department suddenly started reading every contract line by line, and I became director of strategic compliance. I promoted the young analyst who had tried to do the right thing and made sure no warning was ever ignored again. Months later, HR emailed to confirm my latest compensation increase had already been approved. I smiled, replied with a simple thank you, and added one final sentence. Make sure it does not get lost in legal this time. They spent years believing the loudest people held the power, but in the end they learned the real power always belongs to the person who reads the fine print.